Well, hey, Aletheia. Hope you guys are having a good week. I just wanted to take a moment to let you guys know what we, the elders, have been thinking through as far as what gathering for worship is going to look like in the winter months. Some of you have been keeping track with the rising COVID-19 numbers as the colder months now come upon us, as well as the restrictions that have been put in place by the government around us. And so there are some implications for us. The biggest implication is this: we are not going to be able to legally meet inside for worship at this point in the phase that we are in here in Maryland, and specifically here in Prince George's County. So we're going to have to make some adjustments if we're going to continue together. After a lot of prayer and discussion, the elders decided that it really is important for us to gather for worship. It's not only biblically commanded, but it's good and healthy for our soul. And so if we can do it in any way possible, we need to make those adjustments and do it. And so we are going to continue to offer the live stream as we have been. So if you're uncomfortable or you're unable because you maybe you moved back home because all your schooling's went online, the live stream is going to be available for you. However, we are going to do our best to continue to gather outside all winter long. In order to do that, we have to make some adjustments. First of all, logistically, we need to make the adjustment of our service times. We're going to have to move our service time back once again, an hour to 3 o'clock p.m. That'll allow us to get in our worship service before the sun goes down. We can't go any earlier than that because there's a church meeting in front of us out here on the lawn at Greenbelt Baptist Church. And so that's going to be in effect starting this Sunday, so please spread the word. We don't want people showing up at 4 p.m. 3 p.m. is our new worship service time. Also, we're going to need to make adjustments to our thinking, right? Some of you guys are planners, and so this is going to drive you crazy, but our decision whether we're going to meet outside or if it's going to be a week where we're only going to live stream is going to be a week-to-week decision. We just don't know what the weather's going to be like every week, and so because of that, we're just going to make that decision every week near the end of the week as we approach Sunday. So I want to encourage you, just be diligent to check your email, check the Facebook, check the group me's, all these different forms of communication, and help us spread the word about that. We're going to do the best we can under the guidance of the Spirit and using the brains that God has given us to make good calls about whether it's going to be okay and safe for us to gather outside. Also, guys, I just want to encourage you during this time. I want to challenge you actually to adjust your thinking, to see this not as suffering that we have to endure and it's horrible, but rather as a gift from God. We're going to be uncomfortable a little bit during these winter months when we're gathering outside, and I'm just saying that maybe that's a good thing. And trust me, out of all the people that are thinking about this, I hate it the most. I cannot stand being cold. I can't stand the winter. But sometimes being uncomfortable is exactly what we need to set our eyes on Jesus. And so I want to encourage you to think that way. No woe is me here. Let's say, God, you are sovereign. I'm going to embrace this uncomfortableness. I'm going to come to gather for worship, even if I got to put on 30 coats to stay warm. And I'm going to have all these comforts stripped away so that all I can see is you. Man, what a gift that might be to us this winter. Also, I just want to encourage you guys to once again move towards unity and to not allow Satan to come in and sow seeds of disunity. Decisions are being made right now in the middle of this. There's no ideal choice in front of us. And you're not always going to agree with the decisions that we make as a church, as leaders, or how this person in our church feels versus how you feel. But I want to encourage every one of us to embrace that Philippians 2 heart and mindset. I want to encourage and challenge you to think more highly of others than yourself. And the only way that we can do that is by having the same mind that Christ had, who, though he existed in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, a thing to be held on to, but he emptied himself, right? Willingly, he emptied himself so that he could redeem sinners like you and I. And that's the mindset that we need to have. And I want to encourage that during this time. In these winter months, these are also months, guys, where people are struggling more so than ever with depression and being isolated. And I want to encourage all of you. We're going to do our best as elders and pastors, but this is a collective job. I want to encourage you to reach out to everybody you know in church, especially if you know somebody who's struggling right now. Take it upon yourself that's the person you're responsible for. Reach out, encourage them, bring them into your home if you can, or just love on them however the Lord puts on your heart to do. But church, we're in this together. We believe God is completely in control. I believe that God is going to use this to continue to do what He has promised He would do from the very beginning. That is to build His church. Church, we love you, and I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll see you Sunday at 3 p.m.